All right, AP history students, both APUSH and MEHAP. Just a little reminder about what you need to have going on test day. I know some of you take multiple AP classes, so your AP history test might not be your first rodeo or only rodeo. But regardless, I want to just run through really quickly a few things for test day. There is an AP checklist, okay? If you go to, this was the little guide they sent out. If you go to the AP website and you go to this address, cb.org/AP checklist, you can download and print this PDF off. Some of it you're gonna be like, come on, really? Hey, it's all in who you are. Some people love these kinds of things. Some people scoff these kinds of things. The most important thing you need to have is your 8-character AP ID code, which is on that e-ticket you were supposed to receive. You're supposed to get an email with that. You can also get it through your AP ID, right? But some people might like this, find this helpful. Some people might not. I would highly recommend it. This is one of those things where I think having redundancy is helpful. You might think this is silly or ridiculous, but you're not going to think it's so silly and ridiculous if you get to AP test day and you realize, oh, I don't have what I need, and then you're frazzled and you're last minute. That's not productive. So make sure you got your resources together. Make sure you've got your ID clearly written down. Don't think, I know where the email is. I'll go get the email when I need to get the email on test day. Write that stuff down, okay? Put a post-it note or whatever on your laptop. Just figure it out. Have it ready to go. Everyone should have practiced that login. I know several people did. I had several people ask questions about it. It's pretty straightforward. The feedback we're getting is everything is pretty straightforward and user-friendly. I actually wanted to do this now that I think about it. So if you are in Microsoft Word, okay, and there you go. Okay, so this is a document I wrote for the APUSH boys. Some of you are like, oh, that's that Emancipation DBQ. So let's say that so here, I don't have autosave on my computer, but here's something I would highly recommend. If you need to decide what platform you want to use for typing and submitting your document. I use Microsoft Word. I don't use Google Docs or any of that stuff. So I can't speak to what you need to do in there, okay? But I know for Microsoft Word, all right, you go up here and you can click on this option for the autosave, but also I would change the settings of my autosave. So what you do is in Microsoft Word, right, you get your document ready to go, okay? What I would recommend is you have this all ready to go long before you start AP. Remember, you need to have at the top your initials and AP ID or whatever, right? Okay? Do that and then save the document. Where would I save it? I would save it to my desktop and I would make it very clearly marked like, you know, MEHAP DBQ or MEHAP AP test or APUSH AP, whatever, right? Give it not some hidden convoluted name. Save it to your desktop. Then what you can do is go into settings, okay, options, okay? Now, go to the save option, all right? You can set autosave. You can set autosave every and here's where you could change it to where it will auto save. You can literally set it to where it'll save by the minute. Okay? And that way, if there is a technical issue and your computer blows up, so to speak, you know, and you need to bring back that auto recover or auto save, right? I would set this to maybe 1-2 minutes. I'm not exaggerating, because the last thing you want to do is, you know, pound out 2 solid paragraphs full of points and information, and all of a sudden your computer does something, you know, hiccups, and then you can't find the info, you know, you can't get that information back because it all took place, you know, in between an autosave, right? You can do autosave, or if you want to, you know, be Johnny on the spot. And again, if this wasn't clear, email me. I'll walk you through it again. or just be hitting that button all the time, right? Hit that button every paragraph, let's say, or whatever, depending on who you are and how you move, right? But make sure you're saving pretty regularly. All right. Otherwise, you run the risk of you will lose information. Okay. You will find yourself, because of some technical glitch, losing it, and you'll be able to sort of argue with AP, and they might allow a retake, but I wouldn't I wouldn't bet the farm on that. And then ask yourself this. You had a really great essay, you felt really comfortable. Do you really want to take the makeup? Do you want to keep yourself focused and ready to go months later or whatever? Take your chances on another question. So save often, save early, save often, etc. I would recommend you log in as early as you can. I know that you're supposed, they say the window to log in is 30 minutes before the test. Log in 30 minutes before the test. Make sure you can log in. Get logged in. Don't be like, well, my test doesn't start till, I just know off the top of my head, AP European, I think it's 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Don't just be like, well, 3:55, I guess I'll log in. No, log in well before that, okay? I would rather you be logged in and just sitting there messing around or listening to music, just killing time, rather than, wait, what do you mean I can't get, in? What do you mean I'm having a problem, right? Speaking of which, make sure you block out your time. Make sure that your family is aware. Make sure that you've got a room to take this in, a room where you will not be distracted. Make sure that your family's also where you're gonna need the bandwidth, right? Don't run the risk of everybody in the house, and some of you are from larger families with more siblings than others. Don't run the risk of everybody gets online all at the same time and end up somehow crashing your internet. Ask your family, I need 45 minutes, okay? Please. If your mom and dad are doing work from home kind of stuff, I understand that. But everybody else, if it ain't an AP test, they can wait, right? And these things are scheduled. You've known the schedule for quite some time. Take the time to block it out, right? Talk to your family about it. Make sure you got a room. Make sure you got the right device. Again, when you practice your login, practice logging in with the very device you will take the AP test with to confirm that it's compatible with their setup and everything. And just get in there and be ready. And when the time goes, roll. And as I said, save often. If you want to, make sure the autosave feature is set to more frequently than 10 minutes, which I think is the default. Or be hitting that save button all the time. Miss Brown also sent out an email today. Make sure you get confirmation of submission. Don't just hit the submit button and be like, okay, that was all good, and just roll on out of there and close windows and shut down computers. Wait for confirmation of your submission, okay? It shouldn't be that bad, especially with these AP classes where there's only one question, so you're not having to worry about multiple questions or multiple downloads or whatever. If you have questions regarding this, please contact myself or Ms. Brown. But it's fairly straightforward. But I figured I should give everybody kind of like a rough, what I would advise the game plan be on game day, so to speak. And that way, you can't control what question they're going to give you, and you can't control how they're going to grade it. But you can control pretty much every other factor in this. You can make sure you've got the right testing environment, the right equipment. You've got your internet all set up. You've got all your features set up the way you need. And you can at least have all those advantages, under your belt. One other thing I do want to emphasize before I forget, whatever device you are going to use, the night before you restart it. That way, if there are updates that your device needs, your device will update the night before. I know that many of you have been down this road or been in class and had that classmate who opens their tablet or laptop to do something, and all of a sudden it decides it wants to do an auto update, right? You don't want that. Go ahead and shut down your computer the night before AP, or at least restart it. And that way, whatever updates it wants to do, it will do long before you try and go take the AP test. I would actually recommend you do that, and then after it's updated, you restart it and try to do the login demo just one more time to make sure. because the last thing you want is a technical glitch getting in the way. Okay? If you have any questions, please contact.